When I was reflecting on today's gospel, what struck me was the fact that it's actually not just one story. It's a collection of stories, or at least 3 stories. There's that encounter between Jesus and the centurion. Then there's that encounter between Jesus and Peter's mother-in-law. And there's that encounter with so many people, those who came to him who were possessed with demons, and those who came to him to be healed of their sickness. And what kind of fascinated me as I reflected on these stories is the diversity of people to whom Jesus ministered to. And it kind of gave me the sense that Jesus finds a way to minister to anyone and everyone. You all know that I come from the Philippines, which is a predominantly Catholic country. So when I moved to the UK, it was really kind of a shock to me, a bit. And I guess in terms of the worldview, it's a different world. And I guess that was most felt early on in my stay here when I got to meet my classmates in the program, in the university. Because I got to meet all of them, and there were a few of them who I know are Catholics, at least 2 who I know are baptized Catholics, but are not practicing. I'm not sure if there are some Protestants among them, but I'm sure that there are many who are non-believers, many of them who are atheists. And so it's a different world from the world I grew up in the Philippines. As a priest, I just assume that everyone is a Christian, is a Catholic, and that's just the way it is. And here it's very different. And so it's a new world. But I found it very fascinating. But I guess more than fascination, I found it quite moving when I visited my friend just a few days ago. I have a friend who is leaving for his home country because we're finishing the first part of our program. So he's leaving for his home country, and I wanted to say goodbye before he left. I'm not sure when I'll get to see him again. I met him outside his home, and we were more than 2 meters apart, so it's safe. But we had a nice conversation, a nice chat. And in that conversation, he was telling me, "Joel, I know you're a priest, and I want to let you know that I'm not a religious person. I don't go to church." But he told me, "But I assure you, every day I talk to the man up there, and every day I spend some time just having a conversation with him." And he was telling me that he wouldn't have survived the difficulties of the past 2 years were it not for that. And I found that very moving because, again, it shows us that God finds a way to reach out to anyone and to everyone. The past few months, we have been hit with this pandemic, and one of the consequences of that is that we've had to close our churches. And I've heard the people's laments, because of the deprivation of not being able to receive the sacraments, not being able to go to confession, not being able to receive communion, not being able to go to mass, not being able to go to church. And I really feel sad because it is a real deprivation. But as I was reflecting, I was thinking, while that is true, I hope we also do not forget that this period, almost 3 months, or I don't know how long it's been, but this period wherein we've had to close our churches, I hope we do not forget that this is not just a time of deprivation, that this has also been an opportunity for us to realize that God finds many different ways of reaching us. God will make a way. Sure, we love the sacraments, we love the Mass, we love the Eucharist. I'm not saying that we shouldn't feel the deprivation of that. All I'm saying is that I hope we do not forget that even in this period when we do not have physical access to the Eucharist, God has never left us. God has continued to find a way to reach us. And He will continue to find a way. We must simply be ready to accept Him. Just like this centurion, this Roman official. Traditionally, Roman officials, these are what we call pagans. But here, God found a way to reach the heart of this centurion, to move him to faith. God finds a way. We just have to be open to His ways. Amen.